here today to talk to a man who needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyway, my dad.
Hello, nice to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, your age, what you get up to whilst I'm at school.
Okay, well, I'm 43. I have 2 children, being one of them. You probably know that. What do I do whilst you're at school? Well, I suppose the best way to describe it, are you familiar with the phrase, catch it, kill it, bin it?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, what I do at work is similar to that, in that that phrase was designed to encourage people to prevent germs from spreading. Okay, so whenever you have a cough or a sneeze, you use a tissue, don't you, to catch it, kill it, and then bin it. Well, in a similar way, okay, there are germs on the internet, okay, but they're called viruses. And any computer that connects to the internet is in danger of getting one of these viruses. Now, I work for Lloyds Banking Group, and they have lots of computers that connect to the internet. Now, it's my job, or one of my jobs, to make sure that we don't get these viruses into the computers that are owned by Lloyds Banking Group. So, I use lots of different complex tools and things to try and catch the virus, kill it, and then bin it. So it's sort of similar to that, just not quite as gross.
Very interesting. Now, tell us a bit more about yourself. What do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
Spare time. I remember that. So, to be honest, Luke, I don't get a lot of spare time, as you know, because I spend most of my time driving you around from one place to another. But on the odd occasion that I do get some spare time, I used to play lacrosse. I spent 31 years playing lacrosse. In fact, I was about your age when I started playing it, but then I got an injury about 2 years ago, so I haven't played it since. So I do a lot of cycling.
And what have you achieved in your cycling?
Well, in July, I cycled from one end of the coast to the other for a charity. So I went up, started off in the Lake District and cycled all the way across the country to Sunderland.
Well, good stuff. Now, what do you say has been the most memorable occasion in your life?
Right. Okay. Well, whenever anyone asks me that question, it all depends on who I'm with. So if I'm with your mum, I would usually say the most memorable occasion is the day I got married. But if someone asked me that question and I was with you and Jack, then I'd probably say, oh, it's the day my kids were born. But to be honest, between you and me, the most memorable occasion was the 25th of May 2005. Because Liverpool were 3-0 down at half time and came back to beat AC Milan in the Champions League final.
Great. Okay, have there been any embarrassing moments in your life?
Lots. But I guess sticking with the sporting theme, a few years ago I had a go at playing golf. And it was probably about 5 years ago. And I had a few lessons, but I hadn't really ever properly played golf before. So I went down with, there's a few of us, we went down to this 18-hole golf course. And I was on the first tee, which is right next to the clubhouse. And I put the ball down on the tee, and I suddenly became very aware of there being about 50 people watching. And I don't think they were all watching me, but I put the ball down and then swung the club at it and missed. And a few nerves, so I was okay with that. But then put the ball down again, came back, swung at it, missed again. Suddenly became very aware that all these people around the clubhouse were watching me to see what would happen next. And that made me more panicky and made me miss the ball a couple more times after that. But eventually, after about the 6th or 7th time, I pulled the club back, swung at the ball and just caught it right, and I really felt the ball fly into the distance. But I couldn't see it. I was kind of watching it, and I was very aware of other people sort of looking out across the course, trying to see where this ball had gone. And then suddenly, while I'm like that, the ball just drops down in front of me because I had hit the ball, but it had just gone miles into the air and just landed. So I'd actually only achieved about a 2 foot with my. So that was the most embarrassing.
You are clearly a very talented sportsman. Now, I'm quite into my superheroes, as you might know, being my dad and all.
No, I had no idea.
Anyway, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Okay. Well, I guess the traditional answer to that would be the ability to read someone's mind, or fly, or transport yourself, or become invisible. But for me, it's probably far more basic than that. I would love to have the power to be able to ask my kids to do something and they did it first time. Yeah, that would be an awesome superpower. But hey, I'm dreaming. That's never going to happen.
Well, thanks, Dad. That was a great interview.
It says outstanding.
Oh yes, sorry. That was an outstanding interview. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome, Luke. And listen, if this going to school thing doesn't work out, I think you'd make a great interviewer.